Hello. Welcome to Life is Strange Remastered. So the original Life is Strange came out back in 2015, released episodically over the course of a few months. 5 episodes. Each was about 2 to 3 months apart. Each episode was around 2 to 3 months apart. So it was released a little less over the course of a little under a year. It was very much critically acclaimed, a very popular game, which is why it did end up getting a remaster just a couple years ago. Last year, actually, 2022, the remastered edition came out. It's mostly just graphical upgrades. And as you can see from this title screen, it does look beautiful. Gorgeous game. Before we get into it, I do want to issue some content warnings. Because this game does have some very distinctly heavy content here and there. Bullying, violence, implied sexual assault, kinda. Moments of suicidal discussion. Potential animal violence. Mental health struggles. It gets some very dark places. So, just wanted to issue the content warning there. And alright, so let's get into it. I've actually played a little bit of it already. I recorded entirety of episode 1, and I recorded a little bit of episode 2. Decided I didn't really like how my recordings, so yeah, starting over. So yeah, episode 1, Chrysalis. So let's just kick it off. Life is Strange is a story-based game that features player choice. The consequences of all your in-game actions and decisions will impact the past, present, and future. Choose wisely. Oh, one last content warning. Possible seizure warning. There are some flashing lights right off the bat. Yeah, there's some flashing lights right off the bat in the room. So, if you're sensitive to seizures, you may want to be careful with this game. Rain is very difficult to play this video game.
Where am I?
They did
What's happening? I'm trapped in a storm? How did I get here? And where is here? Wait, there's the lighthouse. I'll be safe if I can make it there. I hope. Please let me make it there.
I'm actually not great at using keyboard and mouse controls. I will do my best. scary. That is a very big water spout. When it's
Holy
over water,
shit.
it's called a water spout. Everyone just calls it a tornado, but technically that is a water spout.
Whoa. That was so surreal.
Famously called
Sleeping in
film
class.
Little Pieces of Time. But he could be talking about photography, as he likely was.
Okay, I'm
These
in
pieces of
class.
time can frame us
Everything's
in our
cool.
world, in our
I'm
soul.
okay.
From light to shadow. From color to chiaroscuro. Now,
Rude.
can you give me an example of a photographer who perfectly captured the human condition in
I
black and
didn't
white?
fall asleep, and that sure didn't feel like a dream.
Bueller?
Weird.
Diane Arbus.
There you go, Victoria. Why Arbus?
Because of her images of hopeless faces, you feel like totally haunted by the eyes of those sad mothers and children.
That girl seems like a bit of a jerk. Yeah, Bueller reference there right off the bat. Diane Arbus is a very, very famous photographer. According to the International Photography Hall of Fame, she is known for her unrelenting, direct photographs of people who are considered social deviants. She also portrayed normal people in a manner that exposed the cracks in their public masks. Diane Arbus is best known for her stark, documentary style of photography.
She saw humanity as tortured, right? And frankly, it's bullshit. Shh, 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 shh. Keep that to yourself.
I don't know that she saw it as torture.
Seriously, though, I could frame any one of you in a dark corner and capture you in a moment of desperation. And any one of you could do that to me. Isn't that too easy? Too obvious? What if our...
Look at this crap. How can I show this to Mr. Jefferson? I can hear the class laughing at me now.
That is a very interesting photograph.
chose to capture people at the height of their beauty or innocence. She had a brilliant eye.
Plus, it's perfect for my portfolio.
She could've
And I
taken
have to
a
get
number.
my daily selfie quota.
I have to admit, I'm not a big fan of her work.
Sure, you're
I
not.
prefer Robert Frank.
My little camera
Me
bag
too.
is battered, but still kicking.
He captured the essence of post-war beat America. And there was honesty about the economic conditions of the era. But
I
a
haven't
beauty
kept up with my journal as much as I
You
should.
don't have beauty without a beat. Which...
If anybody else looked at this, what would they think?
All right, so our main character, stay here, Max Caulfield. She is the main character of the game, the protagonist. She is voiced by Hannah Tell. My name is Max Caulfield, and ever since I was a little kid, I knew I wanted to be a photographer. I've always seen the world through my own lens finder. Maybe it's a way for me to be part of the world, but at a safe distance. For some reason, I was always drawn to old analog camera gear rather than digital tech. I love all kinds of styles and techniques, but for me, the instant camera selfie is the one I love most. I don't care if people make fun of me or not. I'm in great company, right? And now I've come all the way to my childhood home to study photography at Blackwell Academy, a private school for 12th grade seniors. Quick note, there are indications that Blackwell is not actually solely for 12th grade seniors. There's a couple little hints in this game that indicate that it might be that it might have other grades. And the prequel, Before the Storm, pretty much confirms that it's a 4-year school. Because it takes place a little bit before this game starts, and has a lot of the same characters, but in earlier grades. I believe Before the Storm, I think, is 3 years before this one, or it might be 2 years before this game. 2 or 3 years, I don't remember offhand. And still takes place at this school, so. On a scholarship even. I originally left behind Chloe, my best friend forever, at least until I left without talking to her once in 5 years, and it feels so weird to be back here without seeing her yet. So I'm 18 now, an official adult even though I don't always feel so wise or mature, and I'm ready to begin a whole new life here with a retro camera at my side. Say cheese. I'll read a couple pages here. I got accepted July 10th, 2013. Yes, this game does take place in 2013. I got accepted into Blackwell Academy. If words could dance, this would be a rave, even though I've never been to it. But who cares, because I got into Blackwell Academy. I didn't think I would be so excited since it's not like I didn't used to live in the same town. When I saw the text from the Blackwell Scholarship Office, I could literally feel my pulse speed up. I thought I was going to say, sorry, thanks for playing. It took me a few seconds before I read the whole thing. I guess I wanted to enjoy that last moment of blissful ignorance. And when I saw the first word, congratulations, I think I screamed. My mom cried, and my dad laughed. They're so weird. But they're happy, and this means extra financial support, because they don't have to pay anything to Blackwell. This means new clothes, and if I can work it, a new laptop. Oh, and I have to keep telling myself in caps that I am going to Blackwell Academy. August 18th. So this is it. I'm leaving Seattle to go back to Arcadia Bay. Usually people go to the high school closest to home. I suppose I am too. It's just I haven't lived there for 5 years. Out of all the best photography programs in the world, I choose to go to the smallest back in a town I was excited about leaving. Maybe I wanted to come back all along, just to see if Chloe and I are still even friends. But I do wish Chloe could have moved with us to Seattle. That city was made for her. When we would play pirates in our rooms and in the woods, it seemed like Seattle was that fabled, faraway island of treasure and adventure that we were always seeking, with coffee shops. But Seattle wasn't like a fable. Au contraire, now Blackwell Academy seems more exotic to me than any other place in the world. To study photography under Mark and Jefferson. Sigh. Insert hearts and flowers. Plus, there will be cool, diverse students from everywhere. It won't be like my high school now. I never really found a groove with my classmates. Or boys. I'm lucky I have a couple of great friends here, but it's time to ship out. So maybe Arcadia Bay will actually turn out to be the island of treasure and adventure I've been looking for. I'll read a bit more in a few more minutes. I like the oh dear. Anyway, Mark Jefferson's guy is talking. I'll get back to him in a minute as well.
Explains why Frank was Kerouac's photographic muse, and both were the great chroniclers of the 1950s. Well, we've all seen that iconic
I do
shot
love
of
my
Kerouac.
analog camera.
And if you haven't,
I should take a quick
shame.
picture now.
Capturing the romantic urban solitude of the 20th century poet. You dig? Now, contrast Frank's stark Americana with Salvador Dali's surrealist photographs. Like
This could go
Cocteau,
on for a
he was
while.
a true Renaissance man. And his famous self-portraits are famous early examples of that truly awful word you pesky kids love so much. The selfie. Shh. I believe Max has taken what you kids call a selfie. A dumb word for a wonderful photographic tradition. And Max has a gift.
Yeah, you should have done that
Of
in
course,
class.
as you all know, the photo portrait has been popular since the early 1800s.
Yeah, don't do that in class, Max. That's just, no. The teacher is talking. The teacher is delivering the lesson. You don't have to pay attention, but don't be outright disruptive with a flash photograph. Come on. You're better than this, Max. I mean, clearly you're not.
Your generation was not the first to use images for selfie expression. Sorry, I couldn't resist. The point remains that the portraiture has always been a
Dude in the
vital
corner
aspect of
seems
art
bored
and
as-
photography for as
Bored out of his
long
mind.
as it's been around. Now, Max, since you've captured our interest and clearly want to join the conversation, can you please tell us the name of the process that gave birth to the first self-portraits?
I did know. but I kind of forgot.
You either know this or not, Max. Is there anybody here who knows their stuff?
Louis Daguerre was a French painter who created daguerreotypes, a process that gave portraits a sharp reflective style like a mirror. Now you're totally stuck in the retro zone. Sad face.
Obviously, no one in the history of the world has spoken like that. It's not how teens speak. Ever. It's not how they've ever spoken. This game was developed by Don't Nod, a French development video game developer. So this is a bunch of guys, a bunch of adults in France trying to figure out how American teens talk. Which means some of the dialogue is really weird and awkward. But for the people who played this game, that's honestly part of the charm. The fact that it's just completely unrealistic in terms of the dialogue, it's part of the charm. I'll leave it up to you to decide if you find that cringy or endearing, but yeah.
Very good, Victoria. The Daguerrean process brought out fine detail in people's faces, making them extremely popular from the 1800s onward. The first American
Sorry,
daguerreotype
Max. No more selfies right now.
Cornelius. You can find out all about him in your textbook, or even online. And guys, don't forget the deadline to submit a photo in the Everyday Heroes contest. I'll fly out with the winner to San Francisco, where you'll be feted by the art world. It's great exposure, and it can kickstart a career in photography. So Stella and Alyssa, get it together. Taylor, don't hide. I'm still waiting for your entry, too. And yes, Max, I see you pretending not to see me.
Exposure, and it's a bit like...
Victoria doesn't waste a second kissing ass.
Even if you're submitting your photo for the competition, everybody in class is turning in a photo, so you see the dilemma?
I know, Mr. Jefferson. I just worked so hard on the shot, and I'm sure you know what it's like to be consumed by your work. I just really think Everyday Heroes is an important cultural event, and I want to represent Blackwell Academy.
You have just by participating, by putting yourself out there in the world. Now, no matter who wins, this is just a bump on a bigger road. I don't want anybody to feel excluded from this process, but I also want everybody to know that this photographic world is not for everybody. I had my moment in the camera eye, and everybody should have that chance.
I only want to share whatever gifts I have with the world.
Even her school books are gift-wrapped. I can't believe she made fun of me in class. What is she, 15 years old? And people laughed.
I mean, you did take a selfie. You did take a photograph in the middle of class.
Of course, Victoria has to have the bestest, newest, most expensive everything. I should have known. She'll have better equipment than Blackwell.
GRLT 64S. With all the speed and power expected from a new greenlit, the GRLT 64S is packed with expanded features and manageability. It shoots what you want, where you want. Straight out of the camera, JPEG images already have superb quality, including a new level of depth, sharpness, and malleability. $52.99. $5,300 for this camera. Just gotta take a look at everything.
Obviously, Blackwell spent bank on the computers here.
As they should. As they're gonna be a private institution, the equipment should be good.
Looks like somebody was already working on this. Cool.
Yeah, not too bad. Printers, everybody's worst nemesis.
That printer is amazing. I'd love to see how it reproduces my pictures. I could pump out a whole gallery show with that thing. When I don't suck. Someday. I love seeing Mr. Jefferson's awesome photos on these magazine covers.
Is grunge dead? 10 reasons to get electronic mail. If that doesn't date this magazine, featuring the latest works from Mark Jefferson. Also, this kind of looks like she's got like the Playboy Bunny thing going on. Like, the covers of Playboy magazine, there's always a bunny featured somewhere on the cover. And it kind of looked like she had sort of a similar, like the bunny going on there.
That was amazing when Mr. Jefferson took a class picture the first week. Even though I didn't want to be in the picture at all, it was fairly fucking cool to watch him at work framing us.
Pretty basic photo. Pretty basic group photo, but I mean, if it's like first class, then, you know, just show, you know, do we at least know the basics, everybody?
Damn, they have carbon fiber tripods here. The ball head even has a pan lock. God, I'm such a photo nerd.
Indeed. But don't worry, it's charming.
So cool to see Mr. Jefferson's actual published pictures. Gives me hope.
Synapse magazine, I believe. Mark Jefferson's Noir Beauty. Yep. Film versus digital. Who will win? I mean, digital kind of won.
This is definitely where cameras go to heaven. Oh man, they have those sweet ultrasonic lenses. And look at that vintage rangefinder. What?
Nerd. And this is just sort of a hint here.
This might make a cool shot.
So that is a hint for something. Basically, in each chapter, there's a bunch of photo opportunities. A bunch of optional photos you can take. Each chapter, each episode has 10 optional photos. So this is just sort of a way for you to sort of tell you, hey, there are optional photos. Each one also gets you an achievement with the achievements are all sort of related to photography. So this one you get the Macro Eyes achievement. Alright, back to the August 25th. Shit is crazy here. I didn't realize how much crap I had to pack until I had to pack all my crap. Mom and Dad are getting a little too excited I'm clearing out my room. Though I caught Mom crying when she was packing my shirts. That made me want to cry like a little girl and never leave Seattle. So instead of packing, I feel like burning all my clothes, then just raiding a thrift store to build up a new Max wardrobe over my junior year. Not that I even have an old Max wardrobe. Nobody will know me except for Chloe, and who knows how different we are now. So I can cut my hair, get a tat and some piercings. Maybe date a cute foreign exchange artiste from Paris or Rome. I can do anything. Unless I get busted. And there will be so many super cool chances for my photography to get exposed. Exposed photography. I'll never not be amused by that. I don't even know if they're making those puns intentionally. Like that, it very well may be an unintentional pun, but it is a pun. So I will continue to find it funny when they do it. Thinking about that is when I get scared but excited, scare-sighted, and then I don't feel like crying at all. I get tingles down my arms, sensing the universe opening up for me. I can't wait to leave. I just want things to be different at Blackwell. September 2nd, 12:07 a.m. My first entry from my new dorm room the night before my first day at Blackwell. Whew! I haven't had any time to write or even take pictures since I got here. My shit is in boxes all over the room, which is small, but mine, and I never want to leave. I can't wait to decorate. I plan a whole wall of photos. I did meet some of my dorm mates, though I suck at remembering names, so I won't bother right now. But I think I can already see who's going to be cool to me, and who's not. It's a bitch trying to get settled into a new school and social scene after I finally found good friends in Seattle. But I'm here now, and this is the start of my new life. Sweet dreams. September 3rd. Blackwell sucks ass. I told myself not to whine so soon, but damn. The day started like Christmas morning. I barely had any dreams because I was so pumped to start my first official day of my new life. Like a dork, I couldn't figure out what to wear, so I chose what was on the floor. I'm no good with names and faces right away, but I picked up some names, like Kate Brooke Taylor Alyssa. And how could I forget Victoria Chase? Rich, stylish, entitled, I could feel instant judgment when she looked at my raggedy-ass clothes. As if I'm at Blackwell to strike fashion poses. Maybe I'm being extra crispy sensitive, but I think Victoria wants life here to be like her own reality show. Ugh. Extra crispy sensitive. So that wasn't fun, along with my general social unease. I thought it would be easier being back. Call the ambulance. I don't want this day to end all woe is Max. It was incredible to walk across the green campus in the morning mist. I love the stone steps and brick walls of Blackwell. Everything is a picture waiting to be taken. Speaking of, at least one great thing did happen today. Mr. Jefferson's photography class. Sigh. There's more to tell, but journal, forgive me. I'm truly wiped out. September 4th. I have an assload of homework already. So much bullshit. At least give us noobs a day to acclimate. But, to prove I'm not a total loser, I made a new friend in science class. His name is Warren Graham, and he's a serious geek. Plus, he's dark and witty. He comes across as kind of a know-it-all, but it turns out he does kind of know a lot. We talked about photographers, and he actually named a few I'd never heard of. We traded numbers, and he'll be a good study partner. Or a good friend. I'll need at least one based on the quick action. I thought being 18 meant I didn't have to deal with this teenage drama anymore. I thought. At least I get to research famous photographers for some of my homework. Mr. Jefferson assigned us a ton of reading, but this is exactly what I want to study. Jefferson is super cool and super chill. He doesn't try to be too hip, just says what he thinks and expects us to as well. I think he's a genius. OMG, I want to marry him. Just joking. This one class is worth all the social dysfunction. Someone's hot for teacher! September 15th. Homework is kicking my ass. I bet the teachers grade harder just to stop you from feeling special. But Victoria Chase and her snob minions still front like they're honored guests of Blackwell. The bros here aren't that different. Nathan Prescott is Victoria's male clone, with way more money and attitude, if that's possible. His family is the oldest in Arcadia Bay, and I heard stories about them when I was a kid. The Prescotts give a shitload of bank to Blackwell, so Nathan acts like he literally owns the school. Yesterday during class, he put his feet on the desk, started texting, and the teacher didn't say jack. I'd get suspended. But him and Victoria are part of this silly elite Vortex Club that puts on popular parties, and so they get their way. It's good to be the king and queen. I don't want to slam everybody. I do like Kate Marsh. She's down the hall and in one of my classes. She's so pretty and sweet and friendly. It makes her more beautiful than the biatches here like Victoria who think beauty is just your face and outfit. See? I'm already playing their drama games. No more! September 23rd. Finally had a chance to take some actual shots around campus today. A perfect blue sky day. I always forget how great I feel after taking pictures when I've been slacking off. Speaking of pictures, Mr. Jefferson told us about the National Everyday Heroes photo contest he wants us all to enter. The winner gets a trip to San Francisco and lots of publicity. He wants just one photograph from each student. This is exactly why I wanted to come to Blackwell. And of course, I'm scared shitless then. At least I have a couple weeks before the deadline in October, so I have plenty of time to stress and procrastinate. Sigh. The photo that was on her desk of her looking at a wall of photos, that's going to be, or that is what she is considering submitting for the contest. September 30th. I don't know whether I love it or hate it here. I'm trying to keep up with my science class of all things. Like I give a shit, or even understand it. Good thing I know Warren. Too bad I can't clone him to take my place in class. Ms. Grant is much cooler than the class. She explains particle physics so even boneheads like me can kinda understand. I love how she relates society to science and vice versa. I can tell she's committed and passionate about life. Unlike some of us in her class, but I'm trying to engage more, even if it means asking actual questions in class, instead of hiding in the back. I'm just glad I'm not the only social misfit here. Now, how much homework are you avoiding? October 1st. October, my favorite month, the best weather of the year. I love watching the leaves change color, turning into tiny flames. But it's still too damn hot, thanks global warming, and I can't bust out the big coats and sweaters or scary movies yet. Soon. Kate let me borrow The October Country by Ray Bradbury. I haven't read much by him, which caused Warren to almost revoke my geek cred before I held up my copy of Battle Royale, but he nails the autumn atmosphere of small towns. I have never read any Ray Bradbury. I know I probably should. You know, he's one of those classic writers, one of those really famous writers. So I should probably read some of his work, but just never got around to it. The last time I wore a Halloween costume was with Chloe. I have pictures in one of my old albums. I should find a real Halloween party to crash so I can experience some social mingling. It's that or a Vortex Club Stroke Fest swimming party. Or is that Backstroke Fest? You so punny, Max. At least I'm trying to climb out of my cocoon. I shouldn't expect my life to completely change after a few weeks of Blackwell Academy. As my parents love telling me out loud, you have all the time in the world.
Now I wish I wouldn't have read this. Purge.
Like I said, bullying. Dear Kate, we love your porn video. Blackwell Academy. Too bad I can't just throw it out.
Kate looks so sad and quiet today. Poor thing.
Can't really get a good view of the papers. I'm just trying to... you can't really get a good view of them. You can see them online. Yeah, you can find people have posted them online, what they look like. Or at least some of it. And, it's kind of not great. Give me 1 second here. Alright, so I was able to get close enough. Little thing there, the little head with the speech bubble, says winter is coming. So I guess she is a Game of Thrones fan? Wouldn't expect that from her, actually.
Hi, Kate.
Oh, hi, Max.
You seem quiet today.
Just thinking too much.
I hear that.
I hear that.
Oh.
Wanna go grab a cup of tea and bitch about life?
Thanks, but not today. I have to go over homework.
No worries. Let's hang later.
Sure.
Yeah, just from that brief conversation, you can tell that she's going through some stuff, not feeling great. And it's sad, you know? I feel bad for her.
I like this panoramic view of Blackwell. Everything looks so green and serene.
Is that what panoramic means? I thought panoramic was... I don't know. I'm not somebody who studies, like, photography or anything like that.
Every time I look at Victoria, I feel like she's talking smack about me. This is ridiculous. I always get so shy and nervous around Mr. Jefferson.
It's because you got the hots for him. Joking. I mean, maybe. There you go. Mark Jefferson. As I probably should have mentioned earlier, but Mark Jefferson is voiced by Derek Phillips. Not only is Mark Jefferson one of the best photographers in the world, he's also my teacher. And one of the reasons I wanted to come to Blackwell. How often do you get to be mentored by one of your inspirations? I've always loved his deco and goth style, and he's so versatile with all of his incredible print and advertising. Still, Jefferson can be a bit condescending. He's pretty hip for his age, but kinda aloof, and sometimes pretentious. He has this smug smile when he thinks he's right. But I do think he's preparing us for how tough it is to be a full-time artist. He acts like he understands my own work and obsession with analog images. He really wants me to enter a photo in this Everyday Heroes contest, but I've done a good job of avoiding that. The winner gets to fly to San Francisco to represent Blackwell Academy and gets national exposure. Yeah. I'd like to think my work could be good enough to win, and I'm honored Jefferson even bugs me about the contest. Kate Marsh. She is voiced by Diane Hutton. Diane? Looks like Diane, but I don't know. Could be Diane. I don't know. May as well mention now, a lot of the side characters are voiced by the same people who voice main characters. So I think Derek Phillips voices a few people, Diane Hutton voices a few people. So there's a lot of voice actors who do multiple roles in this game. I've forgotten if I've ever seen Kate Marsh smile or laugh in the past month. She's really sweet and nice, even though the other students make fun of her abstinence campaign. Even if they act immature, everybody at Blackwell are seniors, not high school freshmen. She gets a lot of shit, in fact. I know she's involved in a lot of religious groups, but she doesn't preach to me, so I don't care. She's been extra quiet and introverted the past couple of weeks. She looks like she's in zombie mode. I wish I could help her, but I can barely help myself. I wonder if all that bullying has worn her down. I can see how it would. I have to make an effort to talk to her more often. Maybe invite her to tea or a movie. Although she's an adult, I bet she's not allowed to watch R-rated films. True love waits. And Victoria, the bully. She is voiced by Danny Knights. Then there's Victoria Chase, the elite of Blackwell Academy, and a total bitch. And I hate saying that. No, you don't. I just don't know why somebody who's so rich and beautiful needs to be so fucking mean. 18-year-olds at a prestigious academy should be evolving into artists and scholars, not reality show contestants. Victoria does everything for maximum drama. She actually wastes her time calling me out in class and taunting Kate Marsh. For reals, I wish her parents could see her in action. They'd cut off that trust fund fast. Then again, she's in the Vortex Club and they seem to own the school, so maybe that's why she doesn't give a shit. Also, yeah, rich people are often jerks. It's kind of a thing. The odd thing is that she does know art and photography. She can even say all those French names that break my tongue. Her work is a little cold, but she has a good eye. She also has an eye for Mr. Jefferson, which is so obvious that I'm embarrassed for her. She does everything but sit in his lap. He keeps his distance, though. We can all tell she's trying to win the Everyday Heroes contest. I'm sure it drives her crazy when there's somebody she can't buy or seduce. Ha!
Excuse me, Mr. Jefferson, can I talk to you for a moment?
Yes. Excuse you.
No, Victoria.
Nice.
Excuse us. I'd never let one of photography's future stars avoid handing in her picture.
Victoria is sharp, I would give her that.
I didn't have any time. Way too much homework.
Max, you're a better photographer than a liar. Now, I know it's a drag to hear some old dude lecture you, but life won't wait for you to play catch-up. You're young, the world is yours, blah, 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 right? But you do have a gift. You have the fever to take images, to frame the world only the way you envision it. Now, all you need is the courage to share your gift with others. And that's what separates the artist from the amateur.
Thanks for the pep talk, dude. Oh, can I not look at him anymore? Weird. I just tried to look at him again and just kind of screwed up.
Every time I look at Victoria, I feel like she's talking smack about me. This is ridiculous. I always get so shy and nervous around Mr. Jefferson. Whoa, Mr. Jefferson is not messing around with that monster. He probably paid 20 grand for that camera. I bet he gets pristine digital images. But I still dig my little instant camera.
Yeah, I mean, it's different styles. You know, like he's going for those pristine images. That, you know, a camera like that works for him, for his style. The instant, you know, the Polaroids, the instant cameras, the instant photos. They give a different, they give a different vibe.
You can never escape the lighthouse here.
What an ominous thing to say.
Even in pictures, the forest around here always looks mysterious.
Kind of pretty, though.
Man, he even has the best plasma HD TV for a class monitor. Can't wait to watch some more documentaries on this bad boy.
As well mentioned, the books. Yeah, I mean the books are. You're gonna see these books pretty regularly. Anytime there's a bookshelf, it's the same books.
So cool that we can check these out anytime. The Decisive Moment by Henry Cartier-Bresson. That's rare. Annie Leibovitz, mad respect. The Amazing Eugene Smith. Good to see Avedon among the masters. Golly, of course. Lots of people I haven't heard of yet. I guess that's why I'm here.
I'm pretty sure I've looked at everything. Just about. I'll mention, there is... give me a second here.
Here's the poster for the contest. Mr. Jefferson really expects me to enter. Why? I don't know if I'm ready for my 15 minutes of infamy.
Are you an everyday hero? Find out. Enter to win. First time I saw this, I thought it said Enter Town. Find out. Enter Town. Took me entirely too long to realize, oh, that says win. To win. Everyday Heroes Photo Contest. Submit an image that best represents yourself or others in heroic action. Deadline October 9th, 2013. Just pulling it up so it's easier for you to read if you want to. The winner will fly to San Francisco and represent their school in the National Everyday Heroes competition at the Zeitgeist Gallery on October 11th, 2013. You may submit one image on approved paper for consideration. For those 18 and under, a parent permission form must be included with the image. Alright, before I leave the room, one last content warning. indie music.
You didn't tell me how cute I looked yet.
I was about to. You
Welcome to the real world.
Just cute.
Hot.
Then I might send you a special picture during class.
What's the point of even coming to class anyway? She plays it so shy.
I need a serious timeout in the bathroom. Splash water on my face and make sure I don't look like a total loser.
She's so fucking shy. She takes selfies with a giant camera.
Ooh. Love that bird right at the end there. Also, love this song. To All of You by the band Sid Matters. It's a really good song.
To all of you, American girls,
Sorry, dude.
it's sad to
I think that's Courtney. She's such a slave to Taylor and Victoria.
American girls
There's Taylor, always waiting for Victoria.
be part of the world around you, driving a car,
These missing persons posters are popping up everywhere.
watching the world from the bright side.
Missing since April. Rachel Amber. We saw her mentioned on the desk in there. 19 years old. Tattoo on calf of a dragon. Star on the inside of the left wrist. She's pretty.
To all of you, American girls in the movie,
I shouldn't be so stingy with my blood.
tell where your heart is.
Blood. Give it up.
American girls like Dolly,
Blackwell Academy needs fresh blood.
smiles and plastic buddies.
Best costume and surprise. Nice. On October 31st.
I wish I had an American girlfriend.
Alyssa is always texting, but she doesn't hang out with a lot of people. Evan doesn't say much to me, but his photos are very cool. I hate having everybody see inside my locker. I love that picture of Mom and Dad. Hello, Jack. Kiss, kiss. Andy, you look totally fabulous, as usual.
My own place, wondering why she cries sometimes.
Bully
Talking
free starts with me.
her own place.
Yes, this poster must stop bullies dead in their tracks.
On the mountains, no one could dry her fountain till she got tired to complain. That's when I fly.
So bully free it starts with me. No, it's
To your land.
That's Dana talking to, I think his name is Justin. Dana is on my floor too. She's such an archetypal, gorgeous cheerleader. They must make them in a factory. I shouldn't be so catty. Dana is nice to me. Stella is always deep in her notes. She didn't come to Blackwell to mess around.
alright. So the song does just loop, so yeah, no, I'll let it keep looping. It's a good song. It's a very nice, pretty song.
I've seen Brooke hanging out with Warren. She seems like his type.
Time to start playing Shipper.
Poor Daniel, he's so nice. I wish I could beat the shit out of Logan.
To
I hate bully jockstraps like Logan. And he's a Vortex Club member.
imagine a world without you.
I wish October would last forever.
But then it wouldn't be as special.
It looks like she's been gone for months. They should just call it a sugar machine. That would be awesome if you put money in there and a bag of sugar dropped out. You can never have enough ghosts and skeletons in the hall.
I mean, you probably could.
Don't need a PC, missed the Poetry Jam tryouts, and I did not steal that backpack.
Word up. Blackwell Poetry Jam tryouts. Reward. On September 16th, my backpack, all my school books, and my new tablet was taken from the cafeteria after I left it on the table. I really need this stuff for school, and my tablet has a lot of very personal pics of my late cats, R.I.P., so I'm willing to pay small cash reward, no questions asked. If you have any details, or would like to confess, you know who and where I am. Still, PC laptop, fully loaded, $60 or best offer. Indeed, Blackwell.
That's so messed up. I should contact them to find out what I can do. As if I am.
Over the past decade, climate change has altered the Oregon coastline, including fish and fauna. This has helped decimate the state's fishing industry, especially in Arcadia Bay. Raise your voice against pollution and save our historic town. Don't let your town down.
I wonder what actually happened to her.
Statistically speaking,
Good thing I left
nothing
my AK at home. There's Hayden, another Vortex Club bro. But he's actually not an ass. Oh, I can hardly wait to never be too cool like Nathan and Victoria. Lame.
The Vortex Club. Coming soon.
It looks like she's been gone for months.
Alright, this will be the last loop.
Principal doesn't come out of his office much.
I promise.
Rachel Amber. She's so pretty. I hate these posters, so sad. Miss Grant is a great science teacher. How many students ever actually memorize all this shit? I guess we all should these days.
I mean, that's what the map is for. You don't need to memorize. Don't need to go to the main campus. I don't think I actually can go to the main campus yet.
There's the lighthouse again. Yay, Halloween. My favorite time of year. The Bigfoot stomp. I should develop some school spirit. Go team.
Yeah, that's about as much spirit as I could ever come up with.
He's cute. I like skater boys. Too bad they don't like me.
Like the little bit of bitterness there.
God, Samuel is such a weirdo. But I kinda like that about him. You can really learn a lot about a school by the weird shit posted on the boards.
Best singer ever in Oregon. Looking for best guitarist ever. To form kick-ass band to take over the world. Influences: the Ramones, the Shins, the Beatles, the Ramones, the White Stripes, the Ramones, the Smiths, the Who, the Ramones, the Style Council, the Ramones, and Lady Gaga. Contact Steve Hackney. No calls before 4 or after 6:45. Sad? Lonely? Depressed? Hi! All three! Come praise with your peers. Bible studies, Sundays at noon at the Arcadia Bay Library. All faiths welcome, so be happy! Swim like an otter. Experienced retired PE teacher and former otter champion will personally train you to glide through the water and embrace your inner otter. For details, contact Michelle Baranki at Waterlogged at ArcadiaBayGym.com. Like new tablet for sale. Contains 5 gigabytes of cat pics. What a jerk.
Look at these trophies. Gotta give it up for those Bigfoots. They do stomp. Blackwell sure takes its swimming seriously. But otters are cute. Go otters. There's Juliet from my dorm. Yet another Vortex Club disciple. Figures Juliet would be dating Zachary, jocks sucked up in the Vortex Club.
Alright. So I am actually going to end this episode here. Next time we will pick up with actual story development. This episode we sort of learned who Max is. We've learned a little bit about Max. We've gotten a little bit of an idea of some of the cast, but mostly just an introduction to Max. Setting her up as somebody who's quiet, kind of withdraws from the world. Uses the camera to keep herself at a distance, and then uses the headset to keep herself at a distance to isolate the world. So, somebody who is shy, quiet, reserved. Next episode, we're gonna find out some stuff. So join me then.